What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Dean's Controversy Boxing, man. Back in the building, man, with another one for you guys today, man. I appreciate you guys doing three things for me, man, so we can get into the story, man. The story will be Errol Spence's mandatory. But before we go on, we'll do a quick thing.
Make sure y'all like, subscribe, slap that bell for notifications and updates to the channel,
man. So don't miss the live stream, man. We live stream those fights, man. The ones you can't get, we got them. We're going to live stream. We'll tell you where they at.
Every single day.
But without further ado, let's get it going.
So we got your man, Jaron Ennis.
Jaron
Boots Ennis being the mandatory for your boy Errol Spence Jr. Man.
Now Jaron Ennis is help me out, son.
He's 20. He's 28-0, 26 knockouts. He is up and coming. You know, he caught everybody's attention within his last couple of fights.
Yeah, like they like to call him Roy Jones Jr. 2.0, what Sean Porter spoke about him. You know what I mean?
Just the fashion that he was knocking people out, and you know, it's kind of it's attention grabbing. But
so y'all know, and he's became the mandatory for my guy, man, Errol the Truth Spence Jr., man, 27-0, 21 knockouts, man, number 3 pound for pound, looking for a unification bout, of course, but Jaron Boots Ennis has been placed as his mandatory. We're thinking that's what they're looking at right now. It's not official, and it's not officially placed as mandatory. Of course, everybody knows that Jaron Boots Ennis bring a lot to the table with him. He's an up-and-coming challenger, man. He's a hell of a fighter, man.
But the thing is, like, how I personally feel, if I was Jaron right now, I would honestly take the time and sit back and continue to craft my game, because Errol Spence is not going to be a pushover fight. Yeah. And then, like I said, he's just up and coming. So, you know, you get to fight that superstar boxer, you lose. You know, there goes it dents your record. You know, so I would take my time. You know, and Errol right now, Errol isn't even gonna be looking for that fight. You know who you're looking for. He's looking for Terrence Crawford, 30-0, 29 knockouts, considered to be the #1 pound for pound in the world, man.
The problem with that, though, and the reason the fight hasn't came to fruition, a lot of people like say this person ducking, that person ducking. No, you already know it's politics in boxing. And Terrence Crawford didn't want to split the pot 60-40. Errol Spence agreed to split the pot 60-40, and the reason that being is Errol Spence not only has 2 belts.
He draws the bigger
pay-per-view numbers. You know what I mean? He when Errol Spence steps in the ring, no matter who he steps in the ring with, he brings a lot of money to the table. Now, Terrence Crawford, mind you, he's also the WBO welterweight world champion, but his pay-per-views don't sell like that. So if Terrence Crawford going to fight somebody else, it doesn't bring that much money to the table.
Personally, to me, Terrence Crawford's biggest fight was against Sean Porter, when he stopped the 2-time superstar boxer Sean Porter in the last fight. You know, I feel like that was his biggest draw to put more eyes on him and brought him in more.
The thing about it is, before that fight with Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford hadn't fought no real challenges in the welterweight division. Now he was a unified. He was the undisputed junior welterweight world champion, and he came up to welterweight, but he hadn't fought anybody in welterweight to solidify his position in welterweight. You know what I mean? So everybody said, okay, you beat Sean Porter, you can solidify yourself. Now, Sean Porter, like you were saying, Sean Porter only lost 3 fights, and that was the 3 champions. You know what I mean? 3 major champions. He's a 2-time world champion, and he dogged everybody. He gave everybody a hell of a fight. So we knew if he can get past Sean Porter, okay, you solidify to be in the welterweight division with the welterweights. Now, with that being said, if Terrence Crawford has been shooting out to try to ask the IBF to place him as the mandatory, which that is kind of difficult because he's the WBO champion, and they don't control the WBO. You know what I mean? So with that being said, that's probably not going to happen, but he wanted to be placed as Errol Spence mandatory to force Errol Spence into a fight. But if he did that, it would only be 35-65. I mean,
35.
I said it right?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, 35.
Yeah, 65-35. It's 65-35 split when you do mandatories like that. So the actual option that Errol Spence gave him was better. This was, of course, past fights, because Errol Spence is trying to unify. Now, with that being said, if Jaron Boots Ennis is placed in that spot,
it creates
a lot of controversy because Errol Spence has to fight as mandatory. Excuse me. Errol Spence has to fight as mandatory, and Jaron Boots Ennis is one of those fighters that's not giving up that spot because he's been waiting for that opportunity to show his shine. Now, he's a hell of a fighter, and he can win that fight. Of course, I'll give the fight to Errol Spence. In my opinion right now, is because Errol Spence has been in that championship position for a while, and now that he's in his prime, so it's gonna be a hell of a fight. But Jaron Boots Ennis is no joke. He's Roy Jones Jr. 2.0. He fight, the boy can move, the boy can do a lot of things. You know what I mean? But at the same time, Errol Spence doesn't play the radio, so it's gonna be a big challenge for both fighters. I think Errol Spence will overcome it though.
I feel like both fights will be big draws. as far as pay-per-view numbers, both fights are pulling numbers. But of course, the fight that everybody want to see is Errol Spence.
Versus
like I said, top 3
yeah.
pound for pound, looking for that unification bout versus Terrence Crawford. 38-0, 29 knockouts, considered to be the number 1 pound champion. Those are the fights that everybody wants to see. That's the fight that everybody's been waiting to see.
And Errol Spence has the WBC IBF welterweight championship belts, and Terrence Crawford has the WBO.
So it'll definitely put eyes on the division. Like, it's already the glamour division, of course. Welterweight has always been the top division, right behind the heavyweight division. So of course it's gonna be a fight to see, man. But y'all let us know what y'all think about everything going on in the comment sections. Y'all catch any news that y'all want us to talk about or look into, man, y'all definitely put it in the comment section as well. You already know it's Dean's Controversy Boxing, man.
And we appreciate you guys for stopping by. Do 3 things, man. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell for updates and notifications to the channel. This is your boy, DCB, Dean's Controversy Boxing, and we out.
Peace.